I'm begging you!
Burger King has made a whopper of an impression across the globe, but not everything at BK is fit for a king. Here are 10 Burger King items you should never order under any circumstances. The Big Fish. In an effort to ensure you can have it your way, Burger King has made sure that fish lovers are not excluded when dining at their establishments. Like McDonald's, Burger King has a fish sandwich offering called the Big Fish, and though their attempt at adding variety to their menu is admirable, the Big Fish is not. Made with not-so-fresh breaded Alaskan pollock, the Big Fish is a big mistake.
Big mistake.
After all, who wants a piece of soggy fish that's been kept warm by a red light for an undeterminable amount of time? Nobody, that's who. Burgers at Burger King are flame-grilled to perfection, but the same cannot be said for the Big Fish. There's nothing special, tasty, desirable, or appetizing about this crime against the sea, wedged between two pieces of bread, laden with some lettuce, tomato slices, and globs of tartar sauce. There are plenty of places to enjoy a traditional fish sandwich where the fish is fresh and cooked just right, but the king of burgers is not going to be able to provide such a service. If you're in the mood for some ocean-caught delicacies, best to skip Burger King to truly have it your way. Whopper Jr.
Whopper Jr. fries, drink, and nuggets.
You may be thinking, the Whopper Jr. is just a smaller version of Burger King's incredible Whopper, so it must be good. Well, if that's the case, your thinking is flawed, but it's not your fault. After all, the name is quite deceiving. It makes sense that one would think a Whopper Jr. is just a miniature version of the Whopper with all the same deliciousness as its namesake. Unfortunately, it's not. The Whopper Jr. is notoriously known for being a Whopper of a disappointment. It's like the evil little brother of Burger King's most famous son. What makes the Whopper Jr. so terrible? Apparently, it's nowhere near as tasty as the Whopper, and due to its lack of popularity, it isn't flying off the fast food shelves.
Which one's the real?
That one. That one. Still that one.
That means a Whopper Jr. is rarely fresh when ordered. Those itty-bitty Whopper miniatures are just sitting there under that heat lamp, longing to be loved like their full-sized burger counterparts. They keep waiting and wishing and hoping that someone will love them, or at least eat them. Alas, they wait far too long, which only adds to their lack of deliciousness. Sorry, baby Whoppers, time to grow up. BK Café Iced Coffee.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
For many, coffee is the perfect way to start the day, or perk up midday, or even end a day. Really, for coffee drinkers, coffee is a good choice any time of day. You just can't beat a perfect mug of joe. There's a certain kind of magic to a perfectly roasted coffee bean, a fresh-smelling brew, and a great cup of coffee. Even in the dead of summer, coffee can be enjoyed as a refreshing beverage over ice. Burger King knows how important coffee is to America, so they have a variety of hot and cold coffee options to meet the caffeination needs of their loyal consumers. Among those options is the BK Café Iced Coffee. The problem is, no seasoned coffee drinker is going to like what Burger King has to offer in the cafe department. Obviously, Burger King is not a coffee joint. When coffee is brewed at a Burger King establishment, it most likely sits in the pot for God knows how long. BK's Java is also known for being weak and tasteless.
Yuck.
In fact, it's considered one of the worst fast food places to get a cup of coffee. And if you take weak, flavorless coffee and pour it over ice, thus watering it down, it doesn't make it any better. You just end up with a big, icy cup of sadness. So if you're looking for a burger, head to Burger King. But if you're looking for some coffee, hit a coffee shop, or literally anywhere else that serves coffee. Fully loaded Croissan'wich.
Croissant, a croissant, and I ate the croissant. How would you say croissant? A croissant, right?
If you ever found yourself at a Burger King in the wee hours of the morning, you may have had yourself a Burger King Croissan'wich. After all, why wouldn't you? There's so much to love in this handheld breakfast treat. Fresh off the grill sausage with gooey melted cheese and fluffy eggs, sandwiched between a tender and soft croissant. Delicious! Unfortunately, Burger King did not let sleeping sausages lie, and they decided to come out with a souped-up version of the Croissan'wich called the Fully Loaded Croissan'wich. Sounds great, right? Wrong. The Fully Loaded Croissan'wich is a classic case of bigger not always being better. The overdone version of this Burger King breakfast favorite is just too much, and it tastes plain wrong. In addition to the croissant, sausage, cheese, and eggs, they've slapped on some Black Forest ham and a crazy number of bacon strips. All of these things on their own, or in different combinations, would be totally fine. But all together? Too many cooks in the kitchen. Or meats in the croissant. You'll end up with a severe case of meat and grease sweats if you partake in this supersized breakfast sandwich atrocity. It turns out you can have too much of a good thing, so best to avoid it altogether. Sprout Surprise Whopper.
Oh my God, it's Brussels sprouts!
That's worse than no food.
Everybody knows how important it is to eat your vegetables. In the United Kingdom, Burger King took that life lesson to a whole new level when they decided to add Brussels sprouts to their famous Whopper. Is nothing sacred? The Burger King Whopper is utterly faultless, rivaling every other fast food burger on the market. Why, oh why, would our English friends decide it was a good idea to take the picture-perfect, mouth-watering, incredible Whopper and wreck it with green veggies?
It is true. Vegetables do not give my mouth the deliciousness in the same manner as the meat.
Turns out this crime against Whoppers was part of a limited-time menu that was offered around the holiday season. Brussels sprouts are a festive favorite across the pond, so Burger King UK decided it would make Christmas merry and bright by decking the Whopper with bows of Brussels sprouts. Unsurprisingly, the Sprout Surprise Whopper was not a hit. I know, hard to believe. Turns out the most hated veggie from childhood is not well received in adulthood either. The Brussels Sprouts Whopper did not bring joy to winter's holiday season and was quickly taken off of BK's UK menu. If it ever finds its way back, or worse, makes its way to American Burger King locations, run, don't walk to avoid this one. It's important to eat your veggies, but it's also important to keep some things sacred. So don't ruin your BK Whopper by adding more vegetables to it, especially Brussels sprouts. Classic fries.
I'm never gonna eat potato again. There are plenty of other foods I like. I'll just eat those.
Burger King's classic fries are not inherently bad, they're just okay. They won't be the worst thing you'll ever put in your mouth, but they certainly won't be the best. Though Burger King's fries are hot and salty, that's about all they have to offer. There's no crinkle, no seasoning, no overly satisfying crunch. Truthfully, they're boring, lackluster, and nothing to write home about.
That's pathetic.
The main reason you should avoid Burger King's classic fries is because there are way better side options to choose from, starting with Burger King's onion rings. They are crunchy and tasty little circles of deliciousness, and they are so much better than boring old fries. Enjoy them with some zesty dipping sauce, and you'll forget the fry option even existed. Not a fan of onion rings? No problem. There are also cheesy mozzarella sticks to complement your main BK dish. They are crispy on the outside and gooey on the inside with just the right amount of kick. Want to relive your childhood? You can even order Burger King's Cheesy Tots. They are the classic after-school tater tot with a cheesy twist. Burger King has no shortage of delectable side options, so don't waste your time on their unappealing, unexciting fries. You can do so much better. Rodeo King. What makes Burger King a revered monarch of the munchers? Perhaps it's their cooking style. Every Burger King burger is literally flame-grilled, just like they promise. Some fast food places cunningly stamp realistic-looking grill marks on their hamburger patties after cooking them on a flat-top fryer to fool you into thinking they were flame-grilled. But not Burger King. The King's grill marks are the real deal, and they can be found on each and every burger, including Burger King's Rodeo King burger. flavor. Although the Rodeo King patty is excellently flame-grilled, the rest of the burger is a colossal mess. First of all, it's basically a total ripoff of Wendy's Baconator, with 2 hamburger patties and tons of bacon. But in an effort to one-up the red-headed mascot, Burger King Rodeo King has a handful of onion rings and a generous smattering of barbecue sauce added in for good measure. It may sound delicious, but it's a messy, greasy, gastrointestinal upsetting, heartburn-making conglomeration that, quite frankly, should not exist. There is way too much happening on this over-the-top burger, and it's a good idea to order something else. Grilled chicken filet sandwich.
I'm done with this grossness.
The grilled chicken filet sandwich is Burger King's attempt at bringing variety and healthy options to its menu. But in the fast food game, it's a major strikeout.
Good.
Comments on Burger King's grilled chicken sandwich are varied, but they share a similar theme. It's gross. Some say the chicken is incredibly dry, others say it tastes spongy and artificial, mimicking the texture of a mattress topper more so than a meat product. Some have said BK's grilled chicken is grilled a little too much, complaining that their chicken sandwich patty was burned to a crisp.
My sandwich!
Whether it's dry, spongy, or charred beyond recognition, the Burger King grilled chicken filet sandwich is consistently poorly received, which is unfortunate. The concept is a good one, but the execution is not. And everyone knows that when it comes to fast food, it isn't the thought that counts, it's the taste. And this tastes just plain wrong.
Sir, is there a problem?
I'm just making sure no one ever has to eat this.
It isn't worth sacrificing on taste. Why have a chicken flopper when you can have a tried, tested, and proven Whopper? Chicken nuggets.
What? That's just how nuggets are made. Everyone knows that.
Chicken nuggets are the perfect snack-sized morsels of deliciousness when you're craving something meaty and munchable. But they're not so perfect if you're getting them from Burger King. You may be thinking, how do you mess up a chicken nugget? One can't be sure, but Burger King has certainly figured out how to do it. They managed to take what should be crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside and make it soggy on the outside and spongy on the inside. Why, Burger King, why? Is it because you're the king of burgers, not nuggets? Are you indirectly driving patrons towards the flame-grilled menu offerings away from tiny morsels of chicken goodness? Is this a reverse Chick-fil-A marketing scheme where you're trying to get people to eat less chicken? Regardless of Burger King's motives, their chicken nuggets are not at all finger-licking good. The consistency is off-putting, and no amount of dipping sauce is able to remedy the situation. There are so many fast food places that have perfected bite-sized chicken pieces, but Burger King is not one of them. Halloween Whopper.
Do you want lies with that?
If you want an amazing, flame-grilled, near-perfect hamburger, Burger King is the place for you. The Whopper is incredible, and it's a cult favorite of burger lovers far and wide. In a failed attempt to be fun and creative around Halloween, Burger King decided to release a limited-time version of its most famous burger called, you guessed it, the Halloween Whopper. It was just like a regular classic Whopper with one tiny difference. The bun was black. In an effort to make the Whopper a wee bit spooky, food coloring was added to the sesame seed bun to give it the appearance of a creepy cat or a midnight sky. It's true, the Burger King Halloween Whopper was black to celebrate Halloween, and many patrons decided to partake in the fun. Unfortunately for those individuals, the scare did not stop at the dark-colored bun. Turns out, black food coloring causes an interesting phenomenon in the digestive tract, specifically on what is eliminated from the digestive tract. That's right, patrons who ate the Halloween Whopper ended up with very green poop. Yes, the very color of Frankenstein's monster. That was not the kind of fright Burger King customers were looking for when they ordered the Halloween Whopper. It's no longer available. Wonder why? But if this ghoulish grub ever makes its way back to the Burger King menu, don't order it. Stick with the regular Whopper.
I want my Whopper.
Stick around for another great video. Just tap or click and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.